Okay, so here I am in the spring 2021 short course, this accelerated stats course, and the summer one and any future ones probably will look very similar. I mean, we've got 7 weeks to do the course. I mean, here's a student. Canvas, you're probably not new to Canvas at this point, but I have the announcements there, and you can always see them all here. I think by default you get an email from these also, but you can certainly use the inbox to email me. You can also email me directly through here, from your, whatever device you want to use, whatever email program you want to use. So yeah, what are you going to do? So the first thing what you want to do is don't use the to-do list. I mean, you can, it's certainly useful, but what you want to do each week is you want to come in, either click on modules here, or modules here, or you can click on modules here. It should take you all to the same place. I always do this. I mean, that's just how I started using Canvas, and that's what I did. And then you'll have, this is always open there, course resources. Actually, I think in your course, I merged this course resource and this course resource so it doesn't repeat. And the first thing that you want to do is, click on things to do before, and they give you a list. I mean, for you folks, it says June 29th, but I'll have this. I've changed this a little bit because they've changed how to do it. So if you want to change your Canvas profile, you have to, basically all you want to do is change how your name gets posted. I mean, right now in this course, it was Daniel LeMay, and then I changed my profile and it says Dan LeMay, and I even able to add pronouns, which are he, him, cis male guys. That's what I am. So, folks, so I'm trying to get away from saying guys all the time. Good discussion with pronouns. Anyways, I digress. There's these FAQs of how the course works. That's available. I think this links to the Canvas version. I'm going to have it, to the Google version, but I'm going to have it here in Canvas also. Basically, it tells how to access your Ewebassign, cheaper ways to pay for the textbook and all that. So go check that out. If you haven't at this point, please do. You can surely buy it the textbooks from eCampus, and CCB wants me to say this. If you buy the textbooks from eCampus, they can support you. If eCampus messes up, and sometimes they do, they'll get right after them and get that fixed. If you buy your Ewebassign access and the textbook from another source, then they can't do that. Now, with that said, you're going to see that I'd say, if you want to save money, buy the textbook from the Worldwide Center of Math and buy the Ewebassign access directly from Cengage, and you do save money, and it works really well. I mean, I've never had anybody have a problem with that. If they also open up, the other cool thing about Ewebassign and Cengage is they'll give you the first 14 days of the course free. And I'm going to open up the course here. Do I want to open up my calendar? Let's look at June. Let's do June 2021. I won't open up my calendar because I don't know what's confidential on there. I'm going to open up the course on Ewebassign on the 26th. I mean, I would do it earlier, except they count that 14 days down from the day I make it open. So you'll have it available all through for trial version. You'll have it available through the first week, all the first week, and then that I guess July is the next week, isn't it? So it'll close down on Friday, July. Let's see, what's that? The 2nd, so July 9th. So you'll have to pony up some money or get the access code from eCampus before then. Okay, so you don't have to pony up, but it's about, if you buy everything, if you buy the paper copy, which is optional from the bookstore, they charge you about $40. They charge about $60 for the Ewebassign access. You'll be spending $100 from the bookstore. If you buy through Ewebassign, if you just buy the access from Ewebassign, I think it's like 45 or so, under 50, unless they've increased your prices. And then you can buy a PDF for $10 out at this Worldwide Center math. That's what I do. I have access to cheap printing. So the first time I taught this course with using those materials, I got the PDF and printed it, and then put it in the Turing binder. That way, what's nice about it is you'll see in a minute here. What's nice about it is to have a paper copy. If it's your learning style. If it's not your learning style, that's another thing. So let's come back to home, and I guess you should have gone to modules, and then I'll have this course resources available. Let me continue with my train of thought there about the why you might want to consider having a paper version of the textbook. Ewebassign does come with the ebook, and it's useful. You know, it was a Flash. Maybe they've changed it. I hope they changed it, because Flash isn't working anymore. I haven't looked in a while. But what's nice about it is the authors, Scott Stevens, who is a professor at Champlain, has these videos recorded for every chapter, every section. So he walks you right through his book. I won't bother opening it, because doing video over Zoom really lags things down, especially on my slow internet. So, and he has walkthroughs of all these. He also has a walkthrough of the summary worksheet. At the end of every chapter, there's some, bigger kind of questions you can review what he goes over in the textbook or in the videos. Okay, so that's your call. That's your learning style. I would recommend it, especially, if you need some help in something. He does it. He doesn't do everything how I would do it, but he does a pretty good job with it. And he wrote the textbook, so he gets to make that call. So there's that, Scott Stevens videos. And then what else do we have here? So in the back, the ebook didn't have a copy of the tables that are in the back of the textbook. So there's a copy of the tables. Here's this throughout the book, in the lesson part and in the explanation part is, now it's your turn. Here are those answers, because you don't have access to those. Then at the back of the textbook here, let me open up my copy of the textbook here. Okay, so here's the PDF version of the textbook. So what he does is Dr. Stevens, he talks you through all this stuff. And then see, this your turn, that's when I was talking about the answers to the your turn questions, or that's that link. The other thing he has available in the textbook, and I made available to you in that course resources area, is that they have these problem sets in the back. Now, I encourage you, nobody does it, very few people do it, I shouldn't say nobody. I encourage you to try these starred exercises. These are review. They'll help you out. You'll have work on paper for yourself, because all the exams are open note as far as I'm concerned, because I couldn't police it if I said no. So, and the Ewebassign exercises are different versions of these. That's it. You'll see in the notes, skip Simpson's paradox, but that's besides the point. I digress. And so so that selected solutions, I think it's worded, all these starred exercises have the answers in that, and pretty detailed on how to do them. Okay, so I would encourage you to do those. Then the other requirement you have each week is to make posts. You have to make a post by Saturday night, and you have to make a second post by Monday night. And of work, either can be questions about the math that you're doing. It can be showing your work to a Ewebassign question, though if you show me work to a Ewebassign question, I'm not going to respond to that, because you know whether you're right or wrong. If you respond to one of these unstarred exercises from the textbook, you don't have access to those answers. I will come back and answer this for you. And if you get it wrong, I'll show you how to do it. Okay. And you get points for posting, whether right or wrong. What you don't get points for is you just make a post like, I'm busy this week, I don't have time. It's a beautiful day out. They call those sunny day posts. So anyways, I digress. So these are these unstarred exercises are the ones you want to post work for if you're going to go for the textbook version. And those starred ones, as I say, you have the answers, so why post the work? Okay. Let's come back here to, so that's what I have, I guess. I said, and the summary worksheets, selected answers are those starred exercises. And then what I'll do every week is I'll have And this is why you want to not just use the to-do list, okay? If you click on the week 1 overview, and as I said, this is spring, I'll spell it all out what you do, what to do. So here's my sunny day thing, yeah. That's happened, as you can tell, that's happened to me. So yeah, so that's what you can do. I tell you where, if there's a quiz, where it is out at Webassign or here in Canvas. Sometimes I'll mix it up. I'll put some in both places because there's Webassign is pretty much either short, type in an answer or multiple choice. And sometimes I want to see your work throughout the semester. So and here in Canvas, I'll say, do these questions and show me your work. And when we get there, I'll give you some directions for the directions. Okay, and yeah, there's the thing about the discussion forums. So that's I'll do that each week for you. Yeah, I guess I could go up above here. And you can collapse these things. I don't know if you knew that. I don't, as you can tell, I don't always do that. And I have for the first couple of weeks while you folks might be still in trial access because the ebook's not available out of Webassign trial access. I have the PDFs for the chapters that we're doing each week. After week 2, I won't have those available because I don't want to break copyright laws. And then these are grades. Oh, and then if I have other notes that I want to add to supplement, because I'm big on letting you use applets and calculators and that kind of thing rather than doing everything by hand. I'll have my notes here, and let's click on it. Let's see what it looks like. I don't remember. Yeah, so these are usually my videos. Sometimes I'll link to other people. And of course, as I said, you're doing 3 weeks at once. So, well, and while I'm clicking around here, I had people this spring try to do this course by logging in on Sunday and the weekends on Monday, and they got lost. They couldn't do it. I mean, a couple of them did it. I mean, they couldn't have had much fun because in a traditional semester, the old rule of thumb was for every hour you spend in class and lecture, say in quote unquote, you'd have 3 hours of work outside of class. So if you're in a 3-credit course, an hour in class and 3 hours out, that'd be 4 hours for each meeting. You do that 3 times a week, 3 hours, that's 12 hours. While I got away with not spending that much time in my humanities classes, all my math classes took me, that was a good estimate, sometimes more depending. So if you're spending 10 hours a week in this course, I wouldn't be surprised. And that would be for a regular semester. So if we're doing 3 weeks worth at once, 30 hours, well, maybe, depending on your background, it could spend that much time. So, it's a lot of work. I mean, it's accelerated course. You're getting it done in 7 weeks. So, I don't expect to spend some time. Sometimes we don't have that kind of time. We got to cut corners. I know, but you go on it. You take the course to get a decent enough grade so you can continue. So, I don't know what to tell you if you don't have that kind of time. I'm here to help you. Since I'm talking about here to help, let's come back to home, and then I'll come back here to the week 1 stuff. You can book time with me here, live time with Zoom. It works really well. I have been told I'm really good helping people learn math on that semester. I used to work as an e-tutor back when CCV did the etutoring.org. Now they're just doing tutoring. .org and .com, and that's a different setup. But I've heard good things about it. So, and here, if you don't know how to use that calendar, if you're having trouble using that Setmore calendar, use that. I would use the calendar here in Canvas, but I'm sharing my time. Well, in the summer here, I'll be sharing my time with my online high school students who work through the summer. So I need a way to. And during the school year, it's Oxbow, you folks, and VTVLC. So I need to do something external from Canvas. Okay, so that's how you get help. Use me. I'm really good. I want to help you. I'll just be, I tell this to my high school students when they're doing the online stuff. I'll be a grading machine if that's all you need me to be, but I want to help you learn the math. I mean, grading is boring, to be honest with you. So we're interacting with people is great. So yeah, what else? So no quiz this week in week 1, right? And then there's the 3 WebAssign assignments you got to do. Unfortunately, I don't have the Canvas linked to WebAssign, so you got to go out separately to WebAssign. And I got in that FAQ, I show you how to do that, so I won't do that in this video. Then I've got these MyOpenMath assignments, and these are optional. They're the same content, but they're asked in a different way. And this spring, I've been teaching a synchronous course, a stat synchronous course. And one nice thing about that, I've had weekly interaction with some of these people, well, with the people that show up. And that's been saying that the MyOpenMath really helped learn the material, because what happens is every lesson has a video attached to it. Okay, here, let me show you where I think it's closed, but I think you can look at it in review mode. This I do have linked to Canvas, so you don't have to log in separately. Yeah, but let's practice it. Let's see what it looks like. See, this one doesn't have a video. Don't just watch. You just said they all. Oh, here you go. There's the videos. Probably the first one was the stock video from somebody else, but these last 2 videos are me usually. So I don't know. Is this me? I don't want it to play, but I just was wondering if one thing is going to kill my internet connection. Yeah, this is me. Okay. So, yeah. So, I mean, I recommend you do it. Use it. If what I do with WebAssign and MyOpenMath, because sometimes you have the right answer and you just type it in a way the system doesn't understand. What I do with homework, these practice exercises, is try them all, get at least a 70%, and I'll write in full credit in Canvas, okay? Same thing with MyOpenMath. I mean, you don't even have to do the MyOpenMath, but if you want to and try them all and get a 70, I'll write in a full credit grade for you in Canvas. So it's an extra grade, not extra credit, it's just an extra grade. Makes lower grades worth less. Also makes extra credit grades worth less, but there isn't really any extra credit, so the only thing I'll ever do for extra credit is I'll give you 3 points on your exam for doing certain things, or quizzes if you do certain things, okay? So that's, here, let's come back to Canvas here, and let's see if there's anything else I want to show you in this video. Oh yeah, then the discussion forum posts, okay? You got to post work. You got to, post, ideally, you're either asking questions because you're stuck. Tell us what you've done. I would click on this, except this is a public. I've got student names in here. I want to leave this public. So yeah, click on. If you're having trouble with work, tell us where it's from. Textbook, MyOpenMath, WebAssign, and give us some idea of what you've tried. Just don't say I'm having trouble with this one, because I don't know where you're stuck. And it'll give the opportunity for other students to give you feedback. They'll have to be quick though, because I do this every morning, and it's often at night too. So I don't let a question go long. You'll hear right back from me. Let's see what else. Yeah, and then so you've got 2 of them to make. First one by Saturday, the second one by Sunday each week. Then often I'll do, like, if you get general questions, if you get questions about your grades, about test quiz items, please email me those. Don't post those in the forums. Early in my online teaching experience, one person in particular, that was back before we had Canvas and Moodle and cool ways to give random questions to people. I just do a static paper test, and this person posted all the answers to one of the tests. I deleted it, but it had been there for 12 hours. I don't know why that person did that, but I sent an email and said, please don't do that again. And if you do that, I'll delete it and send you the email again. Please don't do that again. Okay, well, I guess that's it. Yeah, then that's each week. That got kind of rinse and repeat and do the same thing to keep it consistent. Like week 2, you'll see week 2, I'll say, what did I say for week 2 this fall? Yeah, see, there was a quiz out of WebAssign, then there's this first big data project you got to do. Typically, this happens as my 15-week semester. This is part 2 of exam 1. You folks don't have that luxury. One thing I do try to do, though, exam weeks, exam weeks are just an exam. So we're cramming 6 chapters, or most of 6 chapters in the first 2 weeks. That, just so you know, that is about 7 weeks of work in a semester, traditional semester, because I usually do exam 2, which would be your exam 1, during week 8. So that's why it's accelerated. It's doable. It just is going to be a lot of work, and I'm here to support you if you want it. Okay, and then 7 weeks later, it's August 16th, and you get a short break before the fall semester. All right, I guess that's it. Like I said, I want to help you. Give me a yell. We can use Zoom. It works really well. I'm not a Zoom fan, but one-on-one help at Zoom is fantastic. Okay, I'll stop this video and get it uploaded.